It has just been verified, and verified. I think that is the magic of science, right? Science never said that I am ultimate, I'm always right. They always want to be rectified and rectified. And for certain unconfirmed theories, it's going to make them better and better. And for certain existing theories, it's subject to test and test and test. And over the years, some theories are so solid that nobody can break it. All right? Just like the Darwin's theory. You only get more information and evidence to support it, but not to break it. So Martin is right. The latest, by the Planck satellite, it was verified again to be 13.82 billion years. That is...
We're just like 200 million years older.
That's right. It's not that much,
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I should retire by now.
Billion, yeah, it's billion. All right? And the first universe, the oldest universe, they started forming about 1 billion years ago, later. So 12 billion years ago, the first universe was formed. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, were there, started forming about 10 billion years ago, right? And life forces, I think it's about 3.7 billion years ago, then the first life formed on Earth. Yeah. And when do we start splitting from the chimpanzees? Actually, that is a wrong statement. We did not split from the chimpanzees. All right? We split from the shared ancestor of the chimpanzees. Yeah, Bob?
30,000 years ago?
No, much earlier. Yeah, we split from we share a common ancestor, and we split and went on our own merry way 6 million years ago. Yeah. And do you know when the first human being, we call it the modern man, Homo sapien, you know when we actually appeared?
100,000 years ago?
Half. 150.
Yeah, that's been changed.
That's been updated to 180 now. DNA.
For me, it's only 100.
Again, I should
Because I'm a late bloomer. Yeah, I enjoy you guys. And we only came from knowing how to think, learning conception. It's only 50,000 years ago. Well, being modern man doesn't mean that you really have concepts. Right?
So like humans were first formed.
Yeah. And you know when the dinosaurs extinct? Can you remember?
65 million years ago.
Yeah, 65, exactly. So you see, dinosaurs are actually much earlier than we did. And if you look at the sequence of these, you probably will have a better understanding of how the whole universe works. All right? And if you look at the Milky Way, we are just a tiny little solar system, a dust, at the right-hand corner of a spiral universe, a galaxy. But when I say the right-hand corner, is that correct?
Well, we can't be near the center. Isn't there like a black hole in the center or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit. There comes two, yes, Laurie?
Right and left relative to what?
Ah, that's what I really want to hear. Exactly. Right? Exactly. So, relative to what? And Einstein has that great idea, relative to what? Right? Buddhism is relative to what? All karma is relative to what? Right? So if you flip it over, that's not the right. When you look at top, that's not the right. There's no right and there's no left. We only assign something to it and relative to that. And since you touched that, do you know, are we staying stationary here or are we moving? Yeah? Why? And how fast are we moving? We are moving 217 miles per second in space, the spiral. All right, and it takes about 300 million years to complete the circle. Well, I should not talk more about that. Otherwise, Venerable Man, you may not be happy. But actually, all these are linked to Buddhism. And I'm serious, all right? All these are linked to Buddhism. All these are linked that you have really to look at the scriptures and ask yourself, do I understand it? What is it related to? Okay? Yes?
Sorry, I don't have a microphone, but how old is Buddhism?
Buddhism is as old as it is in your heart. All right? Because there's no such thing as Buddhism. Buddhism is just the law of nature. All right? But if you say, when did Buddha was born? When was Buddha born? Yes, that's a different question. Buddha was born 2,500 years ago. But he was not born as a Buddha. Right? Buddhism did not exist. We only honor his teaching after his death as Buddhism, and that's it. And the word Buddha means that he is or was the awakened one, the enlightened one. And his name actually was Prince Siddhartha. He was born in the foothills of the Himalayas, and it was then a part of India, but there was not a country called India, just cities and towns. And when he was fully enlightened, then people honor him and call him Buddha. All right? And then when he passed away, as I said, then his teaching becomes a way of life, which we put a name to it and say Buddhism, because it was the teaching from the Buddha. Yeah? Yes?
In life, did Buddha have a huge belly as well?
I'm not laughing at you, right? Because that question I always have from all the university or high school students. They always like that. All right, they are exposed to that, which is obviously a misconception. All right, the one with a big belly is a transformation when that first of all, he is not a Buddha yet. He is a practicing Buddha. He is still in heaven practicing, and according to the scriptures, he will descend on earth and become our teacher, replacing Sakyamuni Buddha in about 6 billion years. Yeah. And his name actually is called Maitreya, right? And he is a practicing Buddha in heaven. And his original figure did not have a big belly. He was just a normal person in India, all right, according to the scriptures. But once the figure gets to China, then slowly, I guess yeah, exactly, he puts on weight.
He went to the Mandarin too.
Yeah, He obviously had too many buffets or something, right? Whatever. But now comes one thing, all right, which is really true with all religions. And that's why when you study any religion, especially Buddhism, you have to know what you are really learning. Because Buddhism and faith, they all are life. Right? They all evolve together with customs and traditions. And over time, they may change a little bit. Looks and sounds, they are not exactly from the original. Okay? And that's why Buddhism has split into various sects. By the way, do you know which sect you are? This temple? Anybody? School, different sect. Branch.
Mahayana.
Yes. And schools?
Chan.
Yes. Chan. Yeah. So you are in a Chan temple, and this one is used. This word is used in Japanese. In China, it's called Chan. Chan. Okay, so we are here, Chan. But Master Xingye, the founder of this temple, he was very, very wise. All right? Although this temple belongs to Chan, he actually encouraged people that there is no distinction. All the 8 different schools are one. And I obviously do not distinguish them either. I only practice the original teaching of Buddha. That's it. And for me, Buddha is the law of nature. Or I can revise it. The law of nature is the teaching of the Buddha. The only thing Buddha added on to it was not discover only, but he taught us how to live by the law of nature. Because the law of nature is science, which is cool, which is bad. All right? How to live by the law of nature is a life. Yes, sir. What is your name, sir?
My name is Sharan.
Hi, Sharon.
I was just curious. You said there are 8 sects.
8 major sects.
Eight major sects.
Yes.
And like Zen is one of them.
Yes.
And how much are the differences between them, and what are the basic differences like?
Mainly is their
Okay.
rituals. All right, their ways of practice. But they share the same core values at the end. They all share what we talk about today, like karma. Oh, by the way, if you do not know, karma was not discovered by Buddha. Right? When Buddha was alive, the theory of karma was already there. But it was only Buddha who understood and complete it in entirety and make it into a real solid theory. All right? Okay. Yes.
It's kind of off topic, but
Mhm.
just when you were talking about this temple and stuff, is there any specific sutras that are focused on,
Sutra.
like the Lotus Sutra or anything? Is there any specific?
Oh, there are. Actually, if you just look at any sutra, if you really read it, it's all about, they won't say about karma, right? But it is karma. It has to do with karma. If you read every sutra carefully, okay? But of course, there are certain sutras, particularly addressing to karma, and I'm not trying to evade the question, but I think I will ask you to redirect that question to Venerable Menyi.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
Yeah, which is much better. Good.